Alright, guys, so this is Pablo Vargas, your host from the Piafa Music Podcast. This is episode 100, number one from this podcast. We achieved a number 100 yesterday and very good interactions with the community. I really appreciate it. For some folks that they're getting a lot of help from my podcast, I send you my thanks. That's my job. I just want to share my opinion in regards, to this weird journey regarding self-development, in personal, um, um, let's say, personal. Dang, I forgot the word. Uh, Accountability, basically, right? Yeah. So right now it's 11:47 in Milwaukee. It's almost midnight. Hopefully, I don't fall asleep during this podcast, but I'm gonna be very awake. I hope so, right? So today's topic is gonna be the power, not the power, let's call it semen retention and attraction. Okay, semen retention and attraction. Yeah. So there's a clear correlation between both, and I'm gonna explain why based on my experience and how I got to this conclusion and how did everything started. Right. So I am just a regular American individual trying to make it in this country. Everything started when I was a kid. I was introduced, of course, to porn. Porn got a huge token in my life. I started watching porn, middle school, high school, and all the way to college. Of course, porn became part of my life, and since that became something that was part of me, right? I developed some behaviors. Like 99% of the Americans guys in their daily life, they don't want to admit it, but that's what it is. So basically, porn is just a part of the life. The thing is that you start developing weird behaviors and weird insecurities because you know that you're not supposed to be doing something, watching something. In that case, porn. Since porn took a very huge side of my life, uh, with that became the semen non-retention. Okay, and semen non-retention happens to be the activity that I used to just perform, and with that came consequences. Consequences being that I was always tired, um, very insecure, bad eye contact with people, always trying to hide something, and of course using it as a quick dopamine effect to just get a quick gratification or results instead of just thinking long term. Early 2010, 2011, I started doing pickups, stuff like that. Managed to just get through the mystery book, the game, uh, some of the most famous one style, RSD, all these great, let's call it the founding fathers of the pickup pickup artist community. Uh, of course, even though I was getting introduced to that community, I always felt that there was something missing, and there was something missing because I always lack of energy to just do things. Because every time that I wanted to go out, I would just release the retention, giving space, of course, to not having energy. Even though I didn't have energy, I would just go out and try to do, the approach and stuff like that. And I managed to just do some of them, but I always felt insecure in the terms of why I'm not having this confident mindset as a guy. Never understood why. Okay. Time goes by. I finish my master's degree. I go to Wyoming and do my stuff. Still with music, doing my music stuff. And then I said to myself, something has to change here. And it became a real concern that this practice of pornography had to end. I decided to end it. Then that was before I went to New York. Come to New York. I'm still, practicing the non-semen retention. Noticing that I'm not achieving the things that I want to do. Right? I'm always tired. I'm always eating bad. I'm not performing well in the gym. And one time I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to just stop doing this. Okay? So let me just look for information, see what can I change. Because everybody told me that, this is normal, this is supposed to happen, and because it's supposed to happen, I guess I have to do it. Now the problem is that back in the day I didn't know that there was a community they call nofap community. And now being introduced to this new community, I go to YouTube and all of a sudden there's a couple videos and people just explaining their great success and benefits when they retain some semen, right? Now, interesting enough, I've started the first day easy. Second day, start sweating. Thursday, I'm crazy. Third day, I'm crazy. I cannot hold myself. I want to find everything that can satisfy my needs. Like a drug dealer, not a drug addict. And I remember that time when my third and my fourth day came, I relapsed. Then I tried again. 5 or 6. Very strong urge. Relapse again. And that just kept going until I managed to just go to 30 days or 60 days without it. But those times were bad. I mean, I would just scroll in the floor and start just, rolling around. Like I cannot just retain this energy. But I want to talk about the benefits when I mastered that. What I love is that during that time, I have energy. I start traveling. I went to Europe for the first time. Very active in my music. Managed to get a couple concerts, finished 2 albums. Getting started in my business. I resigned from my current job that I have at the time. Went to do real estate sales. Driving. My energy just went so much. And I didn't know is that before the semen retention, my testosterone was low. So I started doing semen retention. All of a sudden, the testosterone leveled up. Right? It goes up and then leveled up. And that's when I have all that energy. And with that energy, I'm starting going to the gym, start doing fasting, start doing all these things that really help me out. Easy to pick up women, easy to ask for their phone number. I don't have to play lines. I can just look at them straight in the eye. You just ask them for the number, and let's get a coffee, and that's it. But my frame was so strong, and it's still strong, that I feel very comfortable. Now, after all those things, traveling, doing concerts with orchestras, went to Bulgaria, went to Puerto Rico, do concerts, Italy, I relapsed. And when I relapsed, it was so bad. Because all that confidence just went down, boom. And a lot of people say, no, I just want to just relapse because I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know what it feels just to go back to that. And they all say the same thing. Their confidence goes down. And then when they start again, it takes them more time to just get to that confident mindset. And the thing is that it's the behavior itself. You know why? Because when you release the semen, right, you basically, what you're doing is just shorten your long goals into a short goal and having a quick gratification, so something that's not real, right? Instead of with someone. So I said to myself, you know what, next time I'm gonna just do retention, and I'm not gonna do anything until I meet the next person. And that's when everything started clicking in. Why? Because when I got to the alpha mindset, right, I don't have to force myself to that interaction with other people that I wanted to just have the interaction with. Relax, compose, look at people straight in the eyes, you know, having a high sexual energy, all natural, right? Because all that energy was bubbling, and all that confidence was just being portrayed to the outside. Right? And to this day, almost 5 years. 5 years. 5 or 4 years between both two. I haven't fab, put it that way. I have a woman, beautiful one. I have a strong mindset. I'm strong in my house. I'm the one that make decisions. Right? I became a man. Right? And I think that's the key point here. How you go from being a little boy playing games and to become a man. And being a man means that you have to just leave all those things, right, that when you were in college you thought it was cool, you thought that was normal, to being someone that is right now going through life and know what is good and bad for you and for the rest of those that surround you. And think about it, like Les Brown says, right? Do things as someone's watching you. It doesn't mean because you're in four walls and nobody watching you, that's when you really become this monster, put it that way. And that's the problem. We think because we are behind in four walls, that means that we have to act as such. When in those times is when it really most count, because it's easy to be fake, very easy. When you're in front of people, you can pretend to be something that you're not, right? Pretend to be alpha, pretend to be, the cool guy, pretend to be all those things. In reality, inside your heart, you're pretending and you're pleasing people, because inside your heart, you know that you're something else, and that something else becomes a reality behind four walls. That's why your attraction is low. That's why you're not attracting people. That's why people don't follow you. When you're doing business, right? When you say something, that's why they don't listen to you, right? Because you don't have that energy. If that energy starts from things that you can control, in that case will be semen retention. It's important for you as a man to keep that energy, because that's what makes you keep going. And you will notice, as soon as you have control of that, and you have sex, you release that, you go down, boom, huge shutdown. And that's when you realize, like, wait, I need that energy. I cannot just release that energy every 2 or 3 days. I need to just control it. I need that. And I remember hearing David D talking about this. Even in some of the Mr. Methods and Hypnotica back in the day, they were talking about this because they were testing some of this theory. But of course, back then it was a theory. But it's not like now that it's very conclusive to what is the importance of semen retention, you can listen to Elliot Hustle, some of the other guys that really talk about this and the importance of just retaining some of the semen. It's important. It makes the man just move. Imagine, okay, think about this. Look at those people that are 45, 50 years old, big belly, estrogen. Big belly is a huge indication of high estrogen. They don't shave, they don't take care of themselves, they don't work out. Right? Look at their soul. Look at them. You can tell that their self-esteem is down and they're always hiding something. You can tell they're always hiding something. Okay? You have to ask yourself, do you want to become that man? Do you want to be that man? The answer is no. You have to start from there. Controlling yourself. And it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's one of the hardest thing ever. Hardest thing ever. I'll tell you. I used to just struggle. I used to just go, roll around like a crazy guy that needed a drug. It was crazy. Right? But as soon as I just, I was disciplined about it. I became stronger. I remember it used to be, very hard. But now, cleaning yourself from all that, right? And getting all those things that can just trigger the things. Now, the movie is different. Now you all those books that you wanted to write. I wrote a book. Crazy, I wrote a book. A book that was sitting down there for years, and I always was saying like, one time I'm gonna sit down and just write a book. I finished it. It was the 35 or 36 pages, but it was something that I said to myself, you know what? Let me try. Okay. It's about getting things done, and that energy was needed, and that created attraction, right? And more you become a high value man, you become more attractive. Not only in the personal life, but if you're a musician, you don't have to even play that good. I'm not saying don't play good, right? But if you play good, but you carry yourself like how you play is how you look, or how you look is how you play, right? How you demand, things become different, non-judgmental. You start saying things how you feel, right? You're not afraid because you don't have nothing to hide, right? You have boundaries, right? All those things just become one, right? When that energy from the semen retention start manifesting. Okay? Important before I go, try yourself. Try to do a week of semen retention, and then, in a comment below or email me, you can tell me, hey Pablo, I have this experience and it worked or it didn't work, right? But at least I would just give it a try and see in what kind of state of mind you are currently. Okay? With this was the P Alpha Music Podcast. Your host, Pablo Vargas. Make sure that you like and subscribe. You're listening to the podcast on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute. And the same for those that are listening to the podcast on Anchor.fm P Alpha Music Podcast. Make sure that you share your content. I'm going to really appreciate it. With this, I'm going to say bye. On the next one.